Memory. Written by Lesbian Papyrus. It had been a wonderful evening so far. Alphys's plan was going perfectly. She'd wanted to do something truly special for her girlfriend Undyne. So with some funding from Matededdneddy, who had been happy to help once he heard her full plan, she had arranged a dance and dinner in a fancy restaurant on the harbor. Matededdneddy had wanted Alphys to use his limousine to pick up Undyne at her house, but Alphys thought that might be a little overkill, and insisted on just cleaning up her own car and driving that. She'd almost died on the spot when Undyne first came out of her house, wearing a white dress with black lace overlaying the torso, and an asymmetrical hemline, hair in a simple updo. God, what a beauty! She had Alphys sweating no matter what she looked like, butch, femme, or anything else. Alphys was glad she'd chosen to wear a black cocktail dress with white lace at the shoulder. Unwittingly, they'd chosen complementing outfits. It seemed but a physical representation of their relationship, a relationship of opposites that worked together just right. Alphys's need for quiet and relaxation tempering Undyne's fire for life and want for excitement. Undyne's down-to-earth mentality calming Alphys's dreamy and fantastical mindscape, and so much more. They worked so well together. Always supportive, always loving, sometimes fighting, but never letting it blind them. Alphys didn't want to spend a minute of her life with anyone else. That was why she'd arranged such an occasion, something different from anything they'd done before. She wanted to remember this night. She never wanted to forget. And she certainly wouldn't. So many memories would be forever locked in her mind. The light-hearted conversation they'd had on the drive over, the setting sun in the distance, painting the sky glorious shades of orange and pink, transitioning to endless black, dotted with countless stars of every color. The reflections of those same stars in Undyne's eyes as they walked through the gardens outside the restaurant. Reflections which seemed to linger long after they had gone inside. The sound of Undyne's rough, boisterous laugh as she picked up Alphys and flew across the dance floor with her, twirling wildly and paying little heed to anyone else. The look she had given Alphys as her energy finally ran out, and she set the small monster down, panting and still laughing aloud, an expression of unbridled happiness and adoration. These memories burned like wildfire in Alphys's mind as she and Undyne sat down to a candlelit 5-course meal. Bit by bit, they ate their way through spicy meat and vegetable soups, delectable dipping sauce appetizers, fresh and crunchy salads with fruits and nuts, small but hearty portions of chicken marsala, and orange sherbet and cookies. Throughout the meal, they switched between small talk, meaningful conversation, and silent enjoyment of the food and each other's company. The night was going so well that Alphys felt only the tiniest bit nervous as the time drew near to enact the final part of her plan.
Leonard, could you bring out the champagne, please?
She asked the waiter who had served them all evening. Giving him a wink out of Undyne's line of sight, Leonard smiled knowingly and walked off to get the tray.
Wow, champagne?
Undyne sounded surprised.
You're, really going all out tonight, huh, Alphys?
Alphys's stomach lurched.
Why? Is it too much?
She worried. She should have known it was too much to be true. She should have known it'd be too out of the ordinary for either of them to really enjoy it.
No, I'm just saying. It's a lot, you know? I mean, it's fantastic, don't get me wrong. I've had tons of fun tonight.
Undyne reassured her.
But, it's not even our anniversary or anything. I just wondered, what's the occasion?
Oh!
Alphys rushed to put together an excuse.
I just felt like we needed a night to really remember something special.
She tried. Undyne smiled gently.
Not to be mushy or anything, but I consider every moment I spend with you to be special.
Now Alphys was almost speechless. Undyne was so sweet to her. It was like every attempt Alphys made to show Undyne her love was topped by just a few words from her.
Your champagne, ladies.
Leonard interrupted the moment by placing a tray with 2 tall stem glasses on the table and giving 1 glass to each monster. Alphys inclined her head in thanks, still regaining her ability to speak. Undyne picked up her glass.
Well, how about a toast?
Yeah, of course.
Alphys's stutter returned as she realized the moment was mere seconds away. She took a deep breath and steeled herself.
To us.
To us.
Undyne repeated the phrase, so simple, yet so meaningful. Alphys watched in horror as Undyne threw her head back and tried to down the glass in a single gulp, only for her to start choking. Her hands grasped at her throat, the glass shattered on the floor, and Alphys could only stare, completely mortified, her hands over her mouth as the surrounding guests started to get up out of their chairs to try to help. After a few seconds, Undyne finally, violently, coughed a hard, shiny object onto the table.
Oh, what the...
She gasped, still massaging her throat.
What the heck was in that drink?
Oh God, Undyne!
Alphys found her voice.
You were supposed to just sip. Oh my God, are you okay?
She stammered as she rushed to help Undyne clean up. But Undyne was staring at the object.
A ring?
She picked it up and held it close to her eye.
Holy... Is this diamond? Did someone lose this?
No, I had put there.
Admitted Alphys.
I really didn't mean for you to choke on it.
No, I'm sure you didn't.
Undyne was still dumbfounded over the beautiful piece of jewelry. Then it dawned on her.
Wait, you had this put here for me? Alphys, are you... Is this...
She trailed off, her mouth agape. Alphys nodded, tears falling from her eyes.
I want to spend my whole life with you, Undyne.
She confessed, her stutter disappearing with her sudden conviction.
No one has ever made me as happy as you have. You've supported me and encouraged me and loved me, and I've tried my hardest to do the same for you. And I want to continue doing that, but with you as...
Alphys's voice broke with her emotion.
With you as my wife.
She fell to her knees, gazing into Undyne's eyes imploringly.
Won't you please marry me, Undyne?
Undyne mouthed wordlessly for a few seconds before falling from her chair onto Alphys, wrapping her in one of the tightest, most joyful embraces she had ever given.
Yes!
She cried, her voice far higher and so much more passionate than Alphys had ever heard.
Yes! Oh my God, yes!
Neither monster could seem to stop crying as they held and kissed each other, completely oblivious to the throngs of people clapping and whistling around them. It really was a night to remember. Not for 5-star restaurants, nor fancy food, nor dancing, nor conversation, nor even for stars reflected in fathomless sea-green eyes. They would remember it only for their own undying love.